go. Boker Tov, אנחנו נמצאים בבית מדרש של צבי. Good morning. And, we're in the Machane Tzvi, but it's the yahrzeit of Machane Ephraim. And it's also the yahrzeit today, which is Chav Vav Nisan, Erev Yom HaSha'ah. I took the time to look up certain historical events just to get to know what was going on there. And we really should, the Yom HaSha'ah, as they say, we'll never forget, Zachor, and Hashem should Yerachim on it. It's a test, a big Nisayim. Moshe ben Chaim Tzvi Teitelbaum, who was the son of the Baal Eitz Chaim, and he was the Baruch Moshe. And today's also the yahrzeit of, guess who? I'll give you a hint. Moshe Rabbeinu's Talmud. Yoshua ben Nun. Nice. Yeah, I know that. And today's the yahrzeit. And it's also the yahrzeit of Shmuel ben Moshe Marciano Dal Chimar. Okay, we're going to talk about all of these. But in terms of my opening editorial, we just came out of Mitzrayim. Right? This is Pesach, that was Yetzias Mitzrayim. And yet, at 5 o'clock today, Israel time, we're going into Mitzor. We're making a blockade against Iran.
Who's we?
We? Red, white, and blue. That's a hint. That's
them.
I don't know. I think we might join along, This is all ironic. This is Mashiach Tzidkenu. This is all getting us closer.
If it's ironic, they should really, and it's a naval blockade.
Yes.
And it's ironic, they should really bring old Ironsides.
Whoa! Now you're getting back to American history. You see that? He's displaying that he didn't take the regions. He's a Boston boy.
I was on old Ironsides.
You were on it, really?
Yeah, sure. It's parked in
Boston,
in Chelsea, I think.
Chelsea, yeah, really?
Yeah,
okay.
I went on it. I saw the cannons.
The cannons.
Cannons out of the little windows. Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm telling you. Talking about that, if you look at the Chomos Yerushalayim, they have little openings there.
Those were bows and arrows.
Yes, so they had bows and arrows. And now today, to accommodate Reb Tzvi, we have Moshe Chabusha, which we haven't had in a long time, Perek Ches. Here we go.
יסדת העוז למען צורריך להשבית אויב ומתנקם כי יראה שמך מעשה אצבעותיך ירח בכוכבים אשר כוננת מה אנוש כי תזכרנו ובן אדם כי תפקדנו ותחסרהו מעט מאלוהים וכבוד והדר תעטרהו תמשילהו במעשה ידיך כל שאתה תחת רגליו צונן ואלפים כולם וגם בהמות שדי ציפור שמיים ודרי הים עובר אורחות ימים אדוני אדוננו מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ.
Okay, this is something that is permissible for you, but I picked up, this is from the subway. Violin in the Quebec Tower. In this sorrow, Vashir, Ongen Ben Bayam, Ehan Bayam, Achenu, Kodesh Yisrael, Achenu, Kodesh Yisrael. Sorrow, Vashivya, Ongen Ben Bayam, Ehan Bayam, Hamahakom Yirachem Alehem Yotziem Mitzara L'revacha Umechei Aliyah Umeshubu Geula Hasta Gagola Urizman Koriv Nomar Amen Hashem. This is the second pasuk in Paraches. Hashem Adonenu, Hashem Yisborach, unser Herr, Ma Adir Shimcha, wie stark ist dein Nomen, Bechol Oretz, auf der ganze Welt. Asher Tnahotcha, du wollst geruft geben. Geruft.
What's meant geruft?
Geruft, it means to called out. Geruft.
So
Asher Hotcha, Tnahotcha. Asher geruft nemen geben dein Schenkeit al Hashemayim auf den Himmel. So Asher Tnahotcha.
Why is that geruft?
I'm sorry. You always, as usual, staying connected. I saw the Dalit as a race. Gedarf geben dein. Gedarf geben dein Schenkeit. Al Hashemayim auf dem Himmel.
You always have to ask because it didn't make any sense.
Okay, you see, but over here, with all due respect, I'm looking into Choshech, which reminds me, our Rabbi Travis, who's in Armenian,
Who's Rabbi Travis?
I'll point him out to you. He's always got his computer. He's always giving shiurim. So he wrote.
There?
He's what?
In the Rachva.
No.
He sits outside.
Yeah, he sits everywhere. And
who is he?
He has written maybe 50 svarim, and he has English novels. He had one called Yedidya, and my daughter-in-law Ora asked me to get her a copy of the new edition, and today he brought it to me. I don't know how it reminded me of it, but anyway, Yedidya number 2 is out.
What is it about?
It's an excellent novel of Musar, and this one's about Shalom Bayis, but it's really what's the word when a novel? It's very instructive.
A novel is fiction.
Yes, it's novel, fiction, but there's a lot to learn from there. I read the first one, and I've just began reading the second one, and it's riveting. Each chapter. This time I have 500 pages. But anyway, let's get to Ephraim Navon. Now we heard the Navon. Navon is a famous Israeli family. Machane Ephraim ben Aaron Navon nolad beTurkia bekushta.
Kushta.
Constantinople.
Kushta is Emes.
Emes, that's true. The Kshot, as we say in Be'anarach, it's in the 1677 niftar sham biyom, in the same place, Constantinople. ב-1735 משפחה נבון הייתה משפחה מיוחדת בטורקיה בירושלים. ממנה יצאו דור אחר דור רבנים מובהקים עמודי עולם ואנשי שם. בנו של רב אפרים היה רב אריה יהודה נבון, the בעל קריית מלך רב על רמב"ם. Did you ever see that sefer?
Sure.
You did?
I love it.
Very good. ונכדו של רב אריה יהודה היה ראשון לציון רב יהודה נבון. in 1845. רב אפרים עלה אחרי חתונתו יחד עם חותנו העשיר רב יהודה אירגז בשנת 1700 לירושלים ועסק בתורה בהתבודדות. בשנת 1725 גדלה מצוקה היישוב בירושלים ורב אפרים נשלח כשדר שליח דרבנן לטורקיה ולארצות הבולקן. בגמר שליחותו ב-1723 נשתקע בקושטא כדיין בבית דינו של רב יהודה רוזניס, the בעל משנה מלך. Did you know that? That's Yehuda Rosinus. ואחריו נבחר למעלה מקומו, גם בקושלה המשיך בפעולתו למען יהודי ירושלים, ותערבותו סלוחו חובותיהם בידי ראשי קהילות קושלה, וכך נתבסס מחדש היישוב בירושלים. בנו, רב אריה יהודה, בעל קירס מלך רב, הדפיס את תשובתו וחידושו של אביו על רמב"ם את מחנה אפרים ב-1738, פוסטומסלי, 3 שנים אחרי פטירת אביו. הספר החשוב הזה הוא מן הספרים הקלאסיים של רבני המזרח והלימוד בו רווח גם בישיבות האשכנזיות. אוקיי, so מובא במחנה ישראל בהלכות שומרים. רב אפרים פוסק שבכניגוד לדינו של שומר חינם שאיני יכול לחזור בו לפני סיום מועד השמירה, ואין חל עליו הכלל כל יכול לחזור בו אפילו בחצי יום. השומר שכר שחובתו להיות יושב ומשמר, חובה זו מדמה אותו לעבודת הפועל, מעניקה לו זכות לחזור בו משמירתו לפני סיום מועד השמירה. If you're going slowly, I think you want to get yourself some coffee. No? Am I correct?
No.
Oh, okay.
Geen spazieren.
Spazieren, okay. Moshe ben Chaim and Sweet Tattlebaum, it's also his yard site. The Mechuna, the Baruch Moshe. נולד ב-1914, נפטר ב-2006, נולד בסיגט. Whenever I think of Seagate, I think of Brooklyn. Seagate, ברומניה. What?
Yeah, it was Sigit.
סיגט. בגיל 13 נסע לעיר קראלי ולמד אצל דודו יואל טייטלבאום. Okay, we're going to continue. And how was your walk yesterday? Did you see your old chevra?
Yes, I did.
I heard that there was some Indian at the gym that someone set fire to one of the equipment. Did you know that at all? I heard that, but I didn't see that. I haven't been there in a while.
I was a little shaken up by the equipment.
In what respect?
It's a whole new generation of equipment there, and I had no idea how to use most of it.
You're kidding.
No. I
remember they were doing a do-over. They were
all sorts of. First of all, they have bikes now, which is very nice.
They used to have one bike.
A bike?
They had something that you would get on. Oh, you're talking about bikes nearby that you could rent?
No.
On the actual gym.
Stationary bike.
Stationary bike, which is good. But they had one.
They have a bunch of them.
They always had one.
Bike?
You don't recall? You'd be able to. Sure, they had one on the. I'll tell you where it was. As you go up the stairs in the middle, it was towards the left. It was around 11 o'clock. Anyway, okay, they had a stationary bike. Anyway,
they
a lot of bumps, which is good for you.
Yeah, it's not bad. But they have all this equipment that it's sort of like you sit in a seat and you pull things and this way and that way, like, and you can set the weight. But I had no idea how to use it.
Because they used to have stuff where you lifted.
But this is
and pulled back and forth.
This is much more complicated.
More sophisticated.
And they have on each thing, there's some pictures of showing you how to use it, and there's also a scan code. You can scan the manufacturer and you see how to use it. But it's a little confusing to me, and I didn't. So I didn't do it. First of all, I wasn't going to do too much anyway. I just have to.
What about on the bench? Sitting down on the bench and.
So they have those that you put your feet up and do sit-ups.
Right.
They have.
Did you see your trainer?
No. I was hoping I would because.
But we're late. Right now Nate's is a little late, so maybe he's there earlier.
Maybe. Anyway, Baruch Hashem.
So you wanted to heal me, didn't you?
So I wanted to. That was my Yiddish word for the day.
That's right. Nirpa.
Nirpa.
Is hilt.
Hilt. I took a picture of it because the pasuk it says, V'hoya und es wird sein bimkoim hashchin auf dem Ort wie es sind gewende Schchin se'eis levana a weiß geschwillt.
Means swollen. Geschwillt is swollen.
Swollen?
Yeah.
This is geschwillt.
Okay.
That's the same word, I guess.
Yeah.
Over Heres, oder a Fleck, was is hat in sich zwei gemischte Meiris weiß mit Reut. Where's the word? Sorry, it's in the previous pasuk.
Okay, listen. What you just said is a good pasuk there.
It is here. It says, Ki hi as es wird sein in sein Haut Schien gerund.
Hoit is a skin.
In the skin. Haut is skin. Okay, that's a good word. Schien gerund. That's grund, I'm not sure.
You never heard of a gerundive?
Gerundive?
Yeah, anyway, that's a grammatical word.
Venirpa, when es wird verheilt werden.
Verheilt.
Verheilt.
From the word healed.
Verheilt werden.
Healed.
Well, healed from the
Verheilt.
word.
Hilt.
Hilt
The
Mary.
gang's all here.
Hilt Mary.
What the heck? Okay, what? Hilt?
Hilt Mary.
Hilt Mary. Yes, that's the end of the game. There we go. Anyway.
That's when they...
Hilt Miriam.
There's no choice but to throw
Throw
it
it
up
out.
in the air.
Anyway, we have choices. Anyway, so Baruch Hashem, we davened, and it was wonderful. It was like old days. You can't take anything for granted.
No, especially
Lo muvan me'elav.
Talking about any time.
What do you mean anytime? The fact that...
We're talking about that Iran may want to do a mitkafa because it knows it's going to be mutkaf.
Right,
and therefore
preemptive.
Israel is nerechet to...
Yeah. And Hezbollah is also playing games. So, I mean, Goggle game, you know. Goggle muggle is a goggle muggle if you have a sore throat. And Goggle muggle is if you have a sore neshama. Yeah, we don't want to... We want the Mashiach, but we don't want to be around for Goggle muggle.
You have to daven that the Hashem should have rachmim on this mishpacha, and they should find the...
they're still looking for him. Yes, they're still.
Horrible.
And the other boy, I think he's better. The other boy.
He's better?
Yes, supposedly my Rebbetzin told me.
Oh boy, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
But the other one is...
Yeah, the other one was the older boy. Yeah. Anyway, we should have Yeshuos Benecham. Yes, Besorah Tova.
At this point, just to find him is a Besorah Tova.
Yep. Okay. This is my exercise for the day, as you can see. Chazak Baruch! Yom Tov! Chaim!
Chaim Tovim!
Chaim Tovim. Here we go. Thank you, Tzvi. Okay, we're still broadcasting, and as usual, in our good old Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem, we're entering 5 Diskin, home sweet home, and the weather is 10 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's brisk. They wanted to daven outside, but the Tzibur asked us to daven inside. We daven inside the tunnel, and Baruch Hashem, it was bakvem. It was very comfortable. Okay, so we're getting to our Makom Kavua, and before we continue talking about the yard sites, we shall also mention Acholim. And I want to welcome to Eretz Yisrael my son-in-law, Rabbi Yosef Akiva, who's coming in to visit his father, who should have a refuah shlema, Yaakov ben Dvorah. Rabbi Werner, Rabbi Jerry Werner should have a refuah shlema, and the Kindle Sheri came in already, and they're coming in to be Mavaker Choleh. And I also want to wish a refuah shlema to my Chavrusa Yosef Dov, Ben Sora Rezel, Yossi Steinovitz, Esther Hadassah, Bas Chaya Mushka, Yarden Ben Ayola, Moshe Ben Dvorah, Shlomo Yosef Ben Sima, Gershon David Ben Golda, Avram Yitzchak Ben Sima, Chana Basa Isha, Besanel Ben Sivya, David Ben Natalia, Ayel Ben Karen, Yitzchak Ben Urit, actually Yanon Ben Urit, Matan Mordechai Ben Meira, Rivka Perel Bas Malka, Asher Tzvi ben Rivka Perel, Shlomo ben Rivka Perel, Simcha Buna ben Rivka Perel, and Guy ben Rivka. I also want to wish a Mazel Tov to the Kagan family, Yitzi and Chavi, the wedding Mir Hashem at the sands of my Rosh Yeshiva, Eliezer Menachem. I say named after Rav Shach, so Eliezer Menachem. They should have Bayis Neman B'Yisrael, should have many simchas. So let's continue talking about Rav Moshe ben Chaim Tzvi Teitelbaum, Nolad B'Siget B'Romania, B'Gil Shvasrei Nasa, B'Ir Karali, V'Lamad Eitzel Dodo Yoel Teitelbaum, V'Smach Yidei Shmuel Brach, Achar Kach Hayarav Shel Senta, Yugoslavia, ב-1940, Nebuch היה באושוויץ ב-1944. We're talking about Erev Yom HaShoah, just to think about all these concentration camps, how they mamish mass murderers. Also, he was in Treglitz, Chazal Seagate, ואחר כך היגר לאמריקה, לבורו פארק, הקים בית כנסת עצי חיים Seagate. He was the Admor, Satmar Hasheni, Nasi Hitachdut HaRabbanim, ב-1980, וחיבר ברוך משה, דרש משה, אמרם טוב. היום אמרתי שזה היורצייט של יהושע בן נון, שנולד ב-1854 BCE, לפני ספירות העולם, ונפטר ב-1244, הוא ניהל את הקרב נגד עמלק. אחר כך היה אחד מהמרגלים, הוא היה מנהיג אחרי משה לארץ כנען, הוא היה השופט הראשון, תלמיד מובהק של משה רבנו, לא ימיש מתוך האוהל. אוקיי. הוא מסר תורה של בעל פה ויהושע בן נון. אוקיי. היום זה גם כן יורצייט של שמואל בן משה מרציאנו דלחימר, שנולד ב-1881 ונפטר ב-1964. היה רב בתיאוריה מרוקו, ב-1917 היה רב באוטז, ב-1940 רב במזת, הוא הסופר בבית דין קזבלנקה, ב-1958 על ארץ ישראל, ללוד, הוא חיבר את יען שמואל. ויען שמואל. עד כאן היורצייטים של היום. אנחנו ממשיכים הלימוד בנדחי ישראל. בחו"ב ניסן אנחנו לומדים מספר זכר תורס משה על הלכות שבס בקיצור, ואנחנו מדברים על שחובטים על הגידים עד שיהיו ראויים לתבוע אותם, so that they could hammer the tendons until they're fit for spinning. כמו שעושים הספרים. Okay, now we go to the 15th, 15, Tzovea, the Av Malacha of Tzovea, which is dyeing. Hamiskayim, B'tzeva Hamiskayim, permanent ink, Chayav. The aim Miskayim, Osmid Rabbanim. And if it's ink that could be disappearing, which is, I understand, is used by the Rabbanim, by doctors in the hospital on Shabbos, that they have, so that it won't be a derisa, they could write their charts in such a way where it's not permanent, and they take pictures of it and it remains permanent. So I heard. Your hands are full of color from the fruits that you ate. Karshin, like cherries. Be careful that you have all the redness on your skin, that you don't wipe it away with a piece of clothing, mitnei she'sovo. By wiping it off, you cause the red of the cherries to go onto the cloth, and that's a form of dyeing. Im efshor b'kach v'chein im yatsa dam mechotmo. If you have a nosebleed, o shechotach etzbo, you have a bleed from your nail, yatsa mimeno dam yesh lizorim efshar shelo yikanech bebegel levon. Good idea not to band-aid it with a white piece of clothing or odom or even red, v'dafka b'davar shedarko litzvo asur. And if it's something that can be dyed, then it's forbidden to use such a cloth. But when it comes to foods, lo shayach klal tzviyah. You can't say, having coloring on the foods, that it's considered dyeing, but there's no tzviyah by ochlim. Okay, Boker Tov. I'm here. Okay, now we're in the 16th Av Malacha. Toveh, spinning. Nikol Davar, Anitva Lo Shna, Shetivah Yadayim. It doesn't make a difference whether you spin with your hands. Kamo, Shetovin, Hanashim, B'Yadayim. Many women spin yarn, spindle, on a spindle, Lo Shna, Shetova, I'll spin redden on a spinning wheel, or fil im lokeach hachutin v'shozerotam. If you twine threads, oshem mekorim and gedim v'cheinu osa levadin. If you take felt, shekorim kapshin v'obashim kol zeh mikre tova. It's called spinning. V'chayev osa shum tikkun ba'ariga. If you do any repairs of the warp, which is used for weaving, chayav mishum mesach o mishum shtei batinirin, or weaving or two loops of the crosswise. Okay, these are technical issues, and we're going to go further now to the 17th Av Malacha, oreg, which is weaving, bein begedev, whether it's cloth or bekanim or sticks. O she'osin fraglasach mechatichat eitz kamo she'osin l'sachek olav. If you put together sticks of wood and you put the sarot or your hair, or b'chol davar chayav v'hu adin hakolea. If you plait beis chutim o shtei soros dezeh mikre ariga, that it's called a form of weaving. Also l'klos oros. You can't braid your hair, o lahater kliosam, or to unbraid, let them loose, a kidul kaman b'melchet haboneh. Okay, now we're up to the 18th malacha, hapotzea, which is dividing, shtei chutim, two threads, the hainu, she mafrid hashri me'ala orev, again from the warp, from the woof, o ha'orev me'al shti, or from the wharf, from the whoop, chayev chorikim rofei Yisrael, atzrichim rofei Yisrael lizoher. A doctor should be careful to tzrichim chutin mufradim litain alamaka, that they come up with a certain bandage, shekorin kanugin she'asur lafridam min abega b'Shabbos. Even though it's used for healing, you got to be careful that you don't divide them in such a way that you ofer hapotzea. And then for the next Av Malacha, the 19th, is a kosher v'amater, knotting and unknotting. Kisher koshrim shnei dvarim b'yachad, when you tie two things together, b'kesher echad, and even though it's one, when you knot, lo nikra kesher, it's not considered a permanent knot, because it's not permanent kach. When you double knot it. But if you have something that's tied already at one end and you tie it towards that one end, that also would be asur. Lasot kesher b'rosh echad shel chut. O fashaylev b'chol davar. If you have, hey, what do you have to say for the week?
Very neat.
Oh, yafeh mod. Okay, if we have a kerchief, b'chol davar, Yom Kippur, yesh osen kesher b'fanet. Some people tie they don't want to carry, so they tie their kerchief, b'shofech aleh, spearmint, and they put some perfume on it, lahariach, so that they have a good smell while they're fasting. V'nimsa osen malacha, but that is a form of malacha. V'chol kesher shederech likshor, and if you tie it in such a way that it becomes a knot, lahater, and untie b'chol yom hari zemutar. If there's something that was made not to make a permanent knot, to tie it and untie it, that is permissible. V'chol kosher shederech l'famim limolech ve'em hatira b'chol yom. And if you have something that is usually easy to untie, and you don't untie it, b'chol afapi shemischila isa kavanasa lahatira b'oso yom. But even though you had in mind to untie it that day, as long as it remains permanently osir likshor or lahatir lachein, haksona shedarka lahachli b'Shabbos. If you have a suit or a piece of clothing that you usually change so that you could wear it on Shabbos, osir likshor lahatir el yasa aniva, that you should not knot it and unknot it, but you should have a slip knot, like if you put on a tie. You put it in such a way where you're not knotting it, but you have a slip knot. The im ein derech likshor also rak lasot aniva below bona likshor mutter lahatiro. Then it's mutter to do that in such a way. So we've learned a few avos malachos of Shabbos. It's a good idea to really. There's a sefer by Rabbi Ribiat on Hilchos Shabbos, which actually has pictures, illustrations, and it's a good idea. This is only a kitzur. It's for people who went to Chutz La'aretz, to remind them that there are 39 malachos and 39 toldos, and to Hilchos Shabbos. It's a good idea to chazer. We already learned this in Machaneh Yisrael when we talked about chayalim. Now we're talking about people who go abroad, that they should not forget their Yiddishkeit. And with that, we wish Yeshuos L'Yisrael Chaim Tovim.